Hi, folks. How are you all doing today? So, I'm back today with um, a new series, if I have to tell you, right? So, we have been doing app development, we've done game development, and we are now starting off with web development, right? So, first, I'll just do something like I'll first give you the difference between all these three things which I have been talking about, right? And also how to create web pages on code.org, right? So, this is something which we have never discussed in our video series yet, right? So, this is going to be something new, and the complete series is going to be very much different from the other series we have been doing, as this is regarding web development, right? So, yeah, I'll be letting you understand about the differences and how to open this and how to start off with web development and code.org. And yeah, all these things we'll be discussing in our today's session. And yes, let's quickly get started. Before this, I would like to tell you all guys that if you've not been watching my previous video series yet, please do go back to my channel, Folks Hub. Open the playlist. You have multiple of them. You have so many videos available for app development, game development, and patterns. We've discussed about programming concepts. So please do watch all of these as a prerequisite for any other thing which we are doing in the future, right? So because like for starting off with programming, you need to have some basic knowledge of what exactly programming is and how to go about it, right? So that's why I always request you all guys to please do go back to my channel and watch all the videos in sequence for a better understanding and to get a better hold of the concept, right? So yes, this is all, and yeah, if you're liking my videos, if you're enjoying them, please do share with others. So do send it to your friends and family who have kids who can do watch coding and who cannot afford for coding sessions, right? So this is a complete free coding education which is going on here in this series or in my channel, right? So I would definitely suggest you guys to share it with all such who really can't afford for these expensive courses. Okay. Yes, let's quickly get started with our today's video. So, how to get on to this web development thing on Code Studio, right? So, I'll quickly show that to you guys. First, you just have to say code.org. So, this is how your dashboard should be opening up when you just say code.org, right? So, if it is not opening up your dashboard, that means you have not yet logged in, right? So, please log into your account, okay? So, when you click on the top right corner over here, I have my name here because this is my account, right? You just click on my projects, okay? Or when you click on create, you can see these labs, right? When you click on view all projects, so both my projects and view all projects should redirect you to the same projects page, okay? This option here and this option here, both will redirect you to the same kind of a page, right? So here we have start a new project and then we have these labs here, right? When you click on view full list, just scroll down, you have multiple categories over here. If you want to explore more, you can absolutely do that, okay? And this is our web lab, right? Web lab is for web development exclusively, okay? So when you just click on it, it will actually open something like this, right? So this is the new project of web lab which I've created, right? So this is how you can actually get onto this page, okay? So we have this file tree here with index.html being the first file and then style.css being the second one, okay? we'll understand what are these HTML and CSS files here, and this is your coding area here. And on the right side, you have this area where you can see the output, okay, or the result, right? So let's discuss about these. Before discussing about these things, you first definitely have to understand about few things, which is like game development, right? And then app development, and then comes web development. Okay. So yeah, we have seen this game development and app development so far in our video series, right? So game development is nothing but the name itself suggests, right? So to create games, okay. So to create games, we basically use game development thing, right? So we can absolutely use multiple languages while creating games. Like we can use JavaScript, okay, we can use Python, right? And yeah, we can use many other languages like these, right? So it's like there are so many of them to create games, okay. So we have Scratch platform, we have code.org to do this, and then we have multiple other editors where you can start off creating your games, right? So these are block based coding platforms which I spoke about. There are many editors like p5.js editor, Replit editor, right? Where you can start off with the text based coding also. Okay, these are like for programming professionals where they already know how to write code script and all, right? Or the text based coding commands, they can absolutely go with them, okay. And these Scratch and code.org are basically for beginners, right? Where they don't really know anything about coding and they want to start off, then they'll be using these. Like we are using Code Studio for blog based programming, right? Of course, for web development, you do not have a blog based coding thing, which you can do. You definitely have to go with the script itself, like we'll do it today. Okay. But yes, you can absolutely start off with these for games, right? Then we have app development. App development is something like creating mobile apps, right? So you can download these apps, you can install the apps on the phone, such kind of a thing, or things will come under the app development, right? Mobile app development, we can say, if I have to be precise, right? So we can say mobile app development, right? So where again, for app creation, you have code.org. We have been doing in our series using Code Studio itself, right? So you have Thunkable platform, okay. Then you have MIT App Inventor, where I mean, in Thunkable and MIT App Inventor, you can create publishable apps basically, and these two are beginner friendly apps where you can actually download and install your apps in your phone with these things, right? Not only this thing, these are blog based coding platforms, okay. So blog based coding platforms absolutely for beginners, right? You need not even type a single command using Thunkable and MIT. You can absolutely get so many inbuilt design components here. There are multiple features available on Thunkable and MIT both, right? So you will see many similarities in both of these platforms, okay. So for app development, we can go with these blog-based coding platforms. So we have started off with Code Studio, and yes, some other day, definitely I'll be starting off Thunkable series and MIT series also. Okay, so those are coming up in our future. In the near future, you will be seeing Thunkable videos and MIT videos coming up in our channel. Okay, so yes, for apps, we have these things, right? So if you want to do script based coding for apps, then you can absolutely go with Android Studio, right? And there are few other things where you can start off creating apps also, right? Like I mean to say, I just forgot the name of the editor, but in this application called as Expo, you can actually do this, right? Using React.js, we will be doing these things. Okay. So there are, yes, multiple things again for app development also. Okay. Now then coming to web development. Games and apps are for like mobiles, like where you can start off, or we can say web games are also there where you'll be playing online, right? So these are games and apps. And web development is something different, where web development comprises of developing web pages. Okay, so developing web pages or websites, right? So these things come under web development. Okay, so yes, creating web pages, websites, we can use HTML. Okay, and these are script based things only. You can't really do them using block based coding. As far as I know and my knowledge is concerned, I really did not come across any coding platform or editor where you have blog based coding for web development. Okay, so I've not come across, but I'm just telling you this according to my knowledge, right? Again, if you can explore more and get to know about it much. And HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, these three languages in combination we use for web development, right? So yes, here in Code Studio, you can see HTML and CSS being there, right? So these are for creating basic web pages where you really do not have much of the scripting things, right? So you can absolutely start off in Code Studio itself. Okay, there are multiple editors also. Again, there's Replit editor for HTML, CSS, JavaScript. There's P5 editor. Okay, and yeah, Visual Studio Code. This is offline editor, which is one of the very famous editors for coding, right? You can absolutely do C, C++, Java, web things, and all Python in VSC, right? So you can explore more about Visual Studio Code also. And then coming to web development, yes, we have these types of editors, and we are starting off with Code Studio only, as this is basic, and we should definitely start off with basics while you're doing anything, right? So we are starting off with this web development thing, and in this we have these three languages for different things, right? So let's understand what for HTML is used. Okay, inside web development we have HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Correct. So HTML is for hypertext markup language. The full form is hypertext markup language, and this is meant to create the content of the web page. Okay, so what do I mean by content of the web page is nothing but it's like, you can see there's a logo here, there's something written here, there are three buttons over here on this page, right? So there are again so many buttons over here, right? Here there are few buttons, here there are buttons. You can see this section on the left, you can see this coding area here, right? So this is the output section over here. So all these things, you like the alignment, arrangement, keep it aside, but this is the content of this web page, right? Okay, so you're on a website called this Code Studio, and you have this page in front of you having all these elements on the page, right? So that is the content of the web page. Okay, to create these buttons, to create these labels, images, okay, you use HTML, hypertext markup language, okay, for creating this web content. Okay, now you can see these borders around the buttons, you can see there are some beautiful colors given, right? So, and each of your button is styled in a very nice way, correct? In a presentable manner, correct? So all these presentation things, right? The colors, be it colors, the alignment things, everything is taken care by the CSS. That means the style, right? So the design part is done using CSS. Okay, for any web page, you do all the designing thing using CSS only. Okay, so cascading style sheets, right? Not all web pages are created using these three languages, right? But most of the web pages are created under these three languages only, right? So HTML for creating the content, CSS for styling your web content, right? And third one being JavaScript, right? So JavaScript is a language for actually giving the behavior of the elements, right? So what do I mean by behavior of the elements, right? So now you have the web content, you have all these elements styled using CSS, which is cascading style sheets, right? So, what for JavaScript can be used is on this web content, you need some behavior for each web element you are creating, correct? Now, I have this rename button here that has some specific task to be done, correct? When I click on it, I, I should be able to rename my project, correct? When I click on the share button, I should be able to share my project. Then I should get another window where I can copy the link or something like that. Correct. And when I remix, it should be able to create a copy of my project. Correct. So that means every button on the screen, and there are many elements over here on the screen which needs behavior. Correct. So when you click on this image, like this Code Studio logo, you'll be redirected to the main page. How that is possible? How is that done? That's done using JavaScript. That means the behavior of all these components is done using the JavaScript itself, right? So again, like I told you, these are not only these three languages are used in the development, right? Of course, but there are most of the web pages which are created using these three languages only. Okay, so HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML, the full form being Hypertext Markup Language, right? So it is used to create the web content. Okay, and all the web content will be in the form of HTML tags itself, right? So HTML elements, we say, right? How to write HTML elements, and how to like what is the syntax of creating any tag. Okay, I'll be letting you know in today's session itself, right? And CSS, full form of this being cascading style sheets. Okay, and you can see like we can actually style the web content using CSS. Okay, then we have JavaScript being the brain of your website. That means it is used to assign the behaviors or to handle all the events which needs to be occurred, right? All the event handlers, behaviors which you have to give to your elements, everything is handled by JavaScript. Okay, so yes, this is all about the introduction to web development, right? So we're starting off with HTML introduction today. Okay, so I'll quickly show you the syntax of how to write any HTML tag, right? Or any HTML element, we can say. So we definitely have to start off creating the web page using this thing, like doc type HTML, right? So this doc type HTML will specify your browser that this is a HTML document which is being written inside this, right? So HTML will specify that HTML5 is written, right? So HTML5 document is written below. So once your browser encounters this doc type HTML, now it actually knows that this is a HTML file which it has to execute. Okay, most of all HTML files or any web related files are executed on a browser itself. Now I'm using a Chrome browser, right? On Chrome you can absolutely execute your HTML file. Whatever you write, you can see the output of this on the web browser. Okay, but here code.org or Code Studio being an online editor, you can actually see the output on this result screen itself, right? On this output screen itself. Okay, but yes, if you are writing at a notepad or any other offline editors, you can see the output on this Chrome tabs itself. Okay, so this first line over here, which is doc type HTML, specifies that this is HTML5 document which is being written on so to whom this will be indicated. This is indicated to your browser itself, because your browser itself have to execute these things, right? So that's why. Okay, and Coming to the next thing which we have here is HTML, right? So you can see this is the opening tag of HTML and this is the closing tag of HTML. Okay, what do I mean by opening tag and closing tag, right? So, like I told you, HTML documents are always written within tags. Okay. So, tags always have one opening tag and one closing tag. Okay. Not all tags have closing tag. There are few exceptions also. And whenever we're discussing about details of the tags and all, then I'll be letting you know which tag has a closing tag and which do not have, right? So now if I have to talk about the opening tag will start off with a angular brace, right? So this is like less than symbol in mathematics, right? So you can use this. So this is the angular brace, opening angular brace, if you have to tell. Then you can write the tag name here. So I'm writing the tag name as HTML here, right? And then closing the angular brace, or you can say this is the greater than sign, right? So within this less than and greater than some symbols, you'll write the tag name, and this complete thing will become the opening tag, okay, of HTML here, right? Opening tag of HTML, okay. So the syntax is like this: less than symbol, then you write the tag name in middle, right? Then put a greater than symbol. This is the opening tag syntax, okay. Then how about writing the closing tag? Closing tag is nothing but again for less than symbol, or you can say opening angular brace, right? Then forward slash, okay. Then you'll write the tag name. So tag name being HTML here, then greater than symbol, okay, closing angular brace. So this complete thing is the closing tag, okay. If I have to tell you about the syntax, less than symbol, forward slash, tag name and greater than symbol. This is the closing tag. Okay. This is the syntax for opening tag and this is the syntax for closing tag. And all your HTML files will be enclosed within the opening tag of HTML and closing tag of HTML. Okay. Within your HTML tags itself, the complete document has to be written. Okay. All the elements, whatever you write, should be within these tags itself, within HTML element tags itself. Okay. So, yeah, now that you have understood about opening tag and closing tag of HTML, for every tag, you have the same kind of a syntax for opening and closing things, right? So inside HTML, or every HTML page will have a header and then you'll have a body. Okay. So header is always like the main part, like the header section of your web page, right? Body comprises of the complete thing whatever is present in your web page. So this complete thing, right? So this is body, okay. So for any web page, right? Now header section can comprise of the link tags, meta tags, and title tag, okay, then script tags. So all these things, like to link something to your web page or to add something into your web page like a header or a title, you will be using head section, okay. Body section will have the complete content of the web page, okay. So coming to this head section here, so it starts off at, sorry. So it starts off at third line and it ends at fifth line over here, right? So this is opening tag of head and this is closing tag of head. Okay. So you have this link tag within this, right? We'll discuss about this link tag later. Okay. Not now, not currently. So then next we have this body tags. Within this body tag itself, you will have to write the complete content of the web page, okay. So starting off with some tags today, right? So I will show you the basic heading tags today, okay. So in HTML we totally have 6 headings, right? And first thing I would definitely like to show you is HTML comment, okay. How to write comments in HTML. In JavaScript, we use two forward slashes for writing comments, right? In HTML, you'll be using the angular brace, then exclamation symbol with two hyphens after that. Okay. And the closing thing should be something like this: two hyphen symbols and greater than symbol. Okay. This is the closing of comment. Between this, whatever you write, that is completely ignored by your browser. Okay. That doesn't get executed. So this is how you write HTML comments. Okay. HTML comments. Okay. And this is multi-line comment itself. So you can absolutely write any number of lines within this, right? So comments are basically used for the documentation, correct? We have discussed about comments more in our other videos in the previous series. Please do go back and check them. You'll get to understand about comments better now. So yes, I would just say that there are six heading tags. Okay, six heading tags in HTML, right? H1 being the most, we can say, most important heading, okay? And then H2, then H3, then H4, then H5, lastly you have H6. And after H6 there is no H7, H8 or any other tag like that. Okay, you only and only have heading tags starting off from H1 till H6, right? So this is about the heading tag. Let's start off writing that heading tag over here. So you use the angular brace, write H1, then put the greater than symbol. Okay. Then don't ever forget writing this closing tag, right? When you're opening a tag, you keep it a habit that you automatically close it right after writing the opening tag, right? So, and within this, whatever you want, you can absolutely write. Okay, there's no objection, right? And to not forget tags, right? So, we will be writing it like this, and then we'll start writing the content inside this. Okay, because it is a very good practice, and this doesn't really affect your program, right? Like if you're missing any tag, again, it creates a mess. You have to check where is my tag, what I have missed. So to avoid all these things, basically, you most of your online editors, what do they do? I mean, of course, offline editors also, so they have this autocomplete feature. Okay, they automatically give you this closing tag, right? So if you're using such kind of editors, then there's no issue at all, right? But in Code Studio, you really do not have that thing happening here, right? So you manually have to write it, and you make sure that you write it right after writing the opening tag. Okay. Now, coming to this, this is the most important heading. Okay. So I'll just say heading one. You can see this has this kind of a style. Okay, there is some predefined style for this heading tag like this. You can see it is in bold, like it seems to have bold letters, right? And the heading is also very big. Okay, now coming to the H2 tag, I'll show you. So this is the second important heading. Okay, so let's write H2, and I'll just write heading 2. You can see heading 1 and heading 2. They have different font sizes, right? So this is why I say that this is the most important heading, then the second one, and then the third one, and so on. Okay. So let's just write H3, H4, H5, and H6. Don't worry, I'll just change the numbers over here. This will become 3, and this also should become 3, right? So this is 4, and this will also become 4. This will be 5. This is also H5. This is H6, and this is also H6, right? So H6 being the least important heading, we can say. Okay, so you can see this is the most important heading, then comes 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we have to change numbers over here. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, So you can see the size difference and how they are written, correct? So this is how you write the opening tag, then closing tag, okay? And within that you'll write the content, right? So all of this is written over here is shown on the right side because this is the output area, okay, where you will be able to see the output of whatever you're creating in your HTML page, right? So this is the basic structure any HTML page should follow, right? So like we have the doc type, this is like the declaration, okay, and then you have HTML tags. Within the HTML tags itself you have the complete content of your web page being written. So be it a header part or a body part, right? So in the header part we have the header things, okay, and inside body part you will be writing the complete content of your web page, okay. Today we just understood how to write six types of headings, okay, and there are so many predefined tags which are available in HTML, right? We will be discussing about them gradually while we are going into the next sessions, okay. So we just have started off with the heading tags, and you understood that there are six headings in HTML, right? There's no H7 or H8. Okay. So this is all for today. I really don't want to burden you guys with so much of the content in one single video, right? So let's meet in our next session and understand more about tags, and we'll learn few more tags. Okay. So yes, we've started off with this web development series, and I hope this should become one of the longest series ever we have created till now, right? Why? Because web development has so many things to be discussed. We have in HTML, we have CSS, and we can create multiple things using tags, right? You have to understand about each and every tag, and I'll make sure that I'm just giving you a very good idea of what each tag means and how can you use it. Okay. So this was all about our today's session. Until my next session, please do watch all other videos in the series. Okay. And yes, if you like my videos, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, Folks Hub. Okay. Bye bye, guys. That's all. This is all for today. I'm signing off today with this. And yes, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope to meet you so soon in my next session. Bye bye. Have a great day.